Hello everyone, and welcome to the 1968 Honda S800 rebuild update number 34. I'm always shocked that we're in double digits and we're this far, but we could see the progress and we're super excited. So in this video, we have a lot of great new parts. So we got some parts from Germany from Mr. Ortman, and also the seller Ronnie sent us a part that I couldn't find, so this is great. And we have some newly refinished parts from Ryan at Pro Powder Coating here in Grand Junction. I'm always messing up the name whenever I talk to him. He's like, it's Pro Powder Coating. Ryan's a great guy. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. To start off, we're gonna be looking at the radiator. And what we're doing is we're gonna be replacing the radiator cap. Now, this is one of those maintenance things that you have to do down the road. And we're gonna be removing our old one. As we removed it, some stuff just started coming off. And as you could tell, I'm pretty sure that the rubber has seen better days. Wow, I mean, I'm thinking this is probably made of brass, but we're gonna be replacing it with a new one. And let's put this in here, let's see. If it fits, there we go. All right, looks like it's gonna work. Oh, there it goes, all right. And that's a nice fit. So an interesting thing about this one is that it came with kind of like a little don't lose me chain. I don't know if this one has that. I don't think so. But we're gonna go ahead and store this away because we like to keep all our old parts. Some of them we sell them, some we don't. But in this case, we're gonna keep this one because we just wanna keep it. So here we have a new headlight rubber gasket just to keep the elements away from this seam right here. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put that in there. And you would be surprised that this headlight is just being held on by some screws, nothing too complex. But if I'm correct, this goes behind there. I'm thinking that's right. We should double check. Let me double check real quick, but I'm gonna take this off anyways. Okay, so here's our diagram for a headlight, and it shows that the gasket goes behind the chrome trim. Now let me tell you something about these older like parts catalogs or service manuals. I believe, because this is from 1968, that these were hand drawn. I mean, they really didn't have the technology that we had back then for computers and stuff like that to render everything. So I really think all of this was hand drawn. But even though it's neat, sometimes parts don't look the same at all. And we kind of found that out when we were looking for other stuff. But if you look at this gasket right here, it looks a lot different from this, but this is the right part. It's just one of those things that, you know, they were drawing them back then and versus actually having a computer system or program that did that. So Elise is gonna be doing the headlight gasket. All right, Elise.
Okay, so we took some time and really looked at this thing and figured out which direction goes which way. So it's got this flatter side that lines up nicely with the body. And then on this side, it's got multiple lips. It's got kind of this front lip and then a secondary lip. And what we figured out is that the secondary lip goes over here and is able to fit on this housing. And it's a good snug fit. And it seats on really nicely. Okay, and now we put this whole thing back in. And it's in nice and snug, and now we'll go ahead and add in the screws. Now that this is all installed and attached, we're going to go ahead and secure the chrome.
And both headlight gaskets are installed. And let me tell you, it makes a big difference because before the headlights were loose and there was just a noticeable gap. So if you're rebuilding an S chassis car, you're definitely gonna wanna get some fresh headlight gaskets. And the great thing is at least actually figured out the direction of the gasket because I initially installed it incorrectly, but she got it down, so kudos to her. But yes, this looks great. We rebuilt our headlight, we got the covers re-chromed, and now we have a new rubber gasket that's gonna keep any of the elements out of it. And we're pretty much good to go headlight-wise. Okay, so this was the part that Ronnie sent us, and this goes to the steering assembly. It's kind of like a long rod that goes to the steering rack. And what we have to do is we have to put it on, slide it in, and then actually get it sandwiched between the car as far as the engine bay and the interior. So let's go ahead and do that. It's gonna be a tight fit. We're gonna look at the parts catalog and then we're gonna get it done. And we're just gonna show you that this goes on here, and we really can't get the camera where it's gonna go at because we have to put it all the way in the bottom. But this is important because it's a separation between the outside and the inside of the car. So definitely an important piece. Okay, so this was a pain, but we got it in. So what I did is I actually pushed it through here, then I grabbed it and pulled it out, and then I put it in, and then I was able to get it pushed in slowly. I used a flathead to get some of the harder parts because I couldn't push it with my finger, but we got that bushing in there. And again, big thank you to Ronnie. Awesome. Okay, the next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be putting the bump stop for what looks like the gas, if I'm correct here. Let's see, 1, 2, pedal accelerator. And this is gonna be really important. So I'm just gonna put it in there because we can't get an angle of that with the camera, but I wanted to show you guys this was missing, but this is one of the small things that we wanted to make sure that we had. All right, so this is our e-brake assembly, and let me tell you, it looks really good. We had it Cerakoted, and the reason why is because it's got kind of a gear system in here, and we wanted to make sure that if you painted it, you know, it wasn't bad, it wouldn't get caught up. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on. Let's do it. All right, pretty simple install. We're gonna have to hook up all the actual e-brake setup later on, but for the time being, we're gonna put this in here because there is no better placeholder than where it's supposed to go. It's the drifting mechanism. And the thing about working on a car that people have restored or worked on is that this car was repainted and then these bolts were re-zinced. So the mating surfaces are gonna be a little bit harder to get on, and it's because now they have to work through that extra coating and paint and everything to actually make them go in. But what I like to do is I like to start and then I like to back out. And the reason why is that it's gonna get that debris out of the threads. So, and then this time around, it should be a little bit easier to put it on. And there you go, guys, our e-brake is on.